I'm making a fortune from the CEO's discards. I transmigrated into a novel. And oh my god, my life is like a super-comedic drama. I'm the most ordinary background character imaginable, like an ant lost in a jungle full of main leads. No spotlight, no romance, but I've stumbled upon a super profitable, discard-picking career that's changing my life. Let's see, a bouquet of expensive Ecuadorian roses. A gift from the famous childhood sweetheart, cruelly tossed aside by the female lead in Than's Sun Park. Like a valiant warrior, I sped my scooter like the wind, searching for those flowers as if looking for a needle in a haystack. Finally, with the entire park looking like a battlefield, I snagged my prize, a bouquet worth enough to buy a supercar. Then there was the overbearing CEO, who knelt to propose, got flat-out rejected, and carelessly tossed aside a diamond the size of a goose egg. I lost all sense of time and crawled through the grass for 5 hours until I found that faded gem, enough to buy 3 luxury apartments. Daniel, a junior, spent 3 months meticulously crafting a handmade journal for the female lead, only to be heartbroken and want to burn it all. I, like a fire-fighting saint, rushed into the art room, my tongue working like a blender, convincing him to become a DIY craft blogger. The course sold out, and he even gave me a lifetime VIP pass, ensuring I'll get rich beyond my wildest dreams. The female lead's engagement party, a gold prize for the couple who hugged the longest. I immediately dragged my dirt-poor best friend, clinging to him like an octopus. Come on, my billion-dollar destiny awaits. Even the villain, who turned dark, wanted to make the female lead jealous, so he hugged a random passerby. Wait a minute, I think the villain actually enjoyed it. Every day, the Class 54 group chat would echo with 3 terrifying questions. Have you submitted your resume yet? Have you prepared for interviews yet? Have you found a job yet? I lay sprawled on my bed, eyes as dark as a panda's, my spirit like a dying cockroach. My major was a cosmic black hole. Graduation meant unemployment. Working from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week, like an ox worked to death in a barren field. That's precisely why I transmigrated here. My roommate screamed, "Why aren't I as lucky as Annalise Gu?" I just cried silently. I want that too. Annalise, the campus belle, a rich heiress, bought her own apartment in her freshman year, worked for her family's company after graduation, and her love life blossomed like spring flowers. Oh, fate is truly unfair. Oh my god, those expensive Ecuadorian roses, a gift from the super-hot childhood sweetheart, cruelly discarded by the female lead in Than's Sun Park. Reading the comments, everyone was heartbroken. What a waste, 10,000 yuan down the drain. The female lead tactfully rejected them to show her loyalty to the male lead. But whatever, maybe someone would pick them up and sell them for a profit. What a brilliant idea. Why didn't I think of it sooner? I sprang from my bed like a coil. Oh my god, a zombie has been resurrected, my roommate yelled. I threw on my jacket, sped my scooter straight to Than's Sun Park. Lady Luck was calling my name. My previous life taught me, even a pig can fly if it's in the right direction of the wind. Take one wrong step and you're eating cold leftovers. The park was deserted late at night, only faint shadows lingering. Seeing the bouquet of roses lying there, my heart pounded. Money, here I come. I divided them into 10 smaller bouquets, bought cheap wrapping paper online for a third of the original price, and by morning, they were all sold out. 3,000 yuan in my account, I returned to the dorm satisfied. Lying on my bed, I held a withered rose, only a few petals remaining, examining it carefully. The first rose of my life. I picked it up, but at least it brought me money. My spirits lifted as I watched the scrolling text. So, I was living in a romance novel adored by millions. The female lead was Annalise Gu, revered by everyone, loved by all who met her. What kind of situation was this? I was a background character living in a super romance story, and all I did was pick up discards. Well then, I'll just keep picking up discards, at least I'll have an income. Let's keep fighting. I'm a discard-picking warrior who never gives up. The female lead has her Annalise Gu, and I have 3,000 yuan, which is pretty good. Time to sleep. Tomorrow I'll continue my discard picking. I'll pick up discards, earn money, and buy Ecuadorian roses for myself. They'll definitely smell better than the childhood sweetheart's flowers. Haha. Oh, my female lead is more popular than a flower garden. Geniuses, celebrities, CEOs, and juniors are all lined up to flirt with her. Not to mention the villainous crown prince, her first love, pure as distilled water, now back to fight the male lead for her affection. My God, this is more dramatic than a Korean drama. And me? I'm a character as faint as a grain of salt in a bowl of soup, average looks, average IQ, average family background. My life is just shades of gray, I wear black all day, blending into the crowd like a chameleon. I was a workhorse in my previous life, and I still can't escape being one in this one. I must get rich, I must build my own empire. Brain, activate maximum power. At first, I thought I was really skilled. I tried selling grilled sausages, but it rained cats and dogs. I tried making lemon tea, but customers would go to the restroom and never come out. My YouTube channel had a pathetic view count of under 10. I was utterly desperate and depressed. But now, whatever, I'm just a side character anyway. Failure is a common occurrence in this village. I don't need a spotlight, I don't need to stand out, I just need lots of money to buy bubble tea, and I'll just live like this. So what if I'm a side character? I can still eat well and sleep soundly. Haha. Lin, still unemployed, huh? The question pierced my heart like a dagger, making my hands tremble and rice spill out. With a poker face, I shot the tall guy a glare as sharp as a knife. What do you know, I have my own way of life. The guy chuckled, a professional swagger like a 5-star chef, passing me with utter arrogance. The lower half of his face was hidden by a mask, only his curved eyes visible, definitely mocking me. I couldn't stand it. He laughs at me for a short distance, but he's no better off. What right does this guy have to laugh at me? Lin, the poorest student in class, even more pathetic than Ethan Qin. He once didn't even have money for university tuition. Since entering university, he's been like a deflated ball, lazy in his studies, constantly doing all sorts of odd jobs. I once asked him, "How much have you earned, buddy?" He shook his head. "Found a good job yet?" He shook his head again. I looked at him with pity. It turned out he was just a random passerby trying to make a living, picking up scraps. The only thing he could boast about was probably his face. If he really wanted to get rich and escape the salaried life, the only way would be to become a sugar baby. But Ethan Qin was so conservative, always buttoning his shirt all the way up to his neck. Forget about anything two-faced or risque. So, I guess there's no hope left for him. Here he comes. The older CEO pursuing the female lead has arrived at school. Something's about to happen, right? My eyes lit up, my spirit immediately boosted. Another male supporting character here to hand out diamonds. I instantly smoothed my work uniform, grabbed Ethan Qin, and dragged him out to take my place. "Hey, are you crazy?" Ethan Qin frowned. "Are you sick?" I gave him a razor-sharp glare. "I'll be back in a bit to treat you to bubble tea." Comments flew in like a swarm of bats. The old boss is a neighbor, secretly loved the female lead since childhood, but was too self-conscious about being 8 years older, so he kept it hidden. On her birthday, the female lead isn't at home, but at school with the male lead. The male lead wants to make things official, and the boss can't sit still after hearing the news. I must be the only one thinking, the boss is rich and mature. Why doesn't the female lead just kill 2 birds with 1 stone? Hey, what are they saying up there? My female lead is fiercely loyal, she's just too charming. Following the comments, I staked out on the rooftop. As dusk fell, the rooftop shimmered with lights, vibrant fresh flowers, perfectly setting the scene for a cinematic proposal. The old boss confessed his feelings. "Zionai, I won't hide it from you anymore. I knew you first, I was just too timid. Whatever he has, I can give you more happiness. Just say yes." Oh my, that rich guy's massive, dazzling diamond ring must be worth my entire fortune. My eyes sparkled, shining like car headlights. Would that female lead succumb to this mountain of money? Or would she bravely refuse, leaving the CEO heartbroken and sobbing? I can't wait to find out. And I heard he designed the ring himself, even engraving the female lead's name on it. Oh my God, how utterly romantic. This ring must have cost a mountain of yuan, right? Don't tell me it's just 100,000 yuan. It must be 1 million, 10 million yuan to be reasonable. Older men are truly domineering. I hid in a secluded corner, so nervous I gnawed my nails to bits, my heart pounding like a drum. You're very kind, but I already have someone I love," Annalise said, gently, like a fleeting breeze, refusing him softly yet cruelly. Oh no, the CEO's heart is shattered. I support the main couple. Annalise is amazing. The handsome CEO's face was mournful, like an abandoned cat. He looked up at the sky at a 45-degree angle, his expression so heartbroken I almost laughed. Then he sighed, looking at the ring in his hand. "If I can't give it to you, keeping it is meaningless," he said, and then he just tossed the ring away. A giant diamond, soaring into the sky, then plummeting to the ground. I leaped up, dashing down the stairs like a madwoman. That's $1,000,000. Money falling to the ground, of course I have to pick it up. The night was pitch dark as I crawled through the grass behind the school. I groped around for over an hour, my hair and clothes covered in grass, my back drenched in sweat, but still no sign of the diamond. It was much harder than I thought. Should I just give up? My phone lit up, a message from Ethan Qin. It's been an hour, where's my bubble tea? Oh shoot, I forgot. Diamond hunting was exhausting. I immediately transferred 100 yuan to him, considering it payment for bubble tea. I'm super busy, no time to chat with you. Enough for him to buy 5 large bubble teas. I'm truly a big shot. Seeing Ethan Qin accept the money, I continued my diamond search. 2 hours later, still nothing. My back ached, my shoulders were sore, my hands were numb, and my brain was starting to shut down. I really can't earn this money. Lin, why are you still here in the middle of the night instead of sleeping? A familiar voice echoed. I jumped, turned around, and yelled, Ethan Qin, are you done with your work already? Got time to snoop around other people's business. Ethan Qin, my closest friend, appeared with an air of a saint sent to rescue the distressed, his voice deep and solemn as if reciting Buddhist scriptures. Hey, what are you rummaging for, miss? I, a mediocre lost and found expert, was kneeling on the grass, looking as pathetic as a newly excavated Egyptian mummy. I'm hunting for 100 billion yuan treasure, buddy. 100 billion yuan treasure? He raised an eyebrow, his gaze suspicious, like he was looking at a bird flu-infected duck. What is it? I recounted the dramatic love story of the CEO and the female lead, my voice epic, like I was performing an ancient drama. The kind, innocent female lead refused 100 billion yuan diamond ring gently, politely, but extremely cruelly. The ring, the discarded ring, now rests snugly in Mother Earth's embrace. I, a virtuous person, am doing my utmost to find that treasure. If you find it, I'll treat you to bubble tea for a whole month. I promised generously, making his eyes widen in surprise. Only a month? He looked dissatisfied, a guy greedy for novelty. 3 months. 3 months of bubble tea, enough for you to live like a king. I offered a sweet deal to entice this gluttonous guy. He reluctantly nodded, his face as if he'd just swallowed a chili pepper. 2 hours later, I, with a face radiant as if I'd won the lottery, held up the glittering diamond ring. Ethan Qin looked at me, his face twisted as if someone had thrown a barrel of sour vinegar at him. Is that all? He blurted out, his tone full of disappointment. This is a $1,000,000 diamond ring, you idiot. I snapped, my voice serious as if teaching a first grader. He shrugged, his expression indifferent. Diamond values are inflated, and it's custom designed too. It'll be hard to sell. I plan to claim the reward, not sell it, I emphasized. On social media, news of the female lead offering a 50,000 yuan reward for the ring's return spread like wildfire. Oh my god, so lucky. Picking up lost items can earn 50,000 yuan. All sorts of comments appeared. The next day we met the female lead. She was beautiful, gentle, with a charm that left even Ethan Qin mesmerized. She transferred the money to me, her eyes soft as she thanked me. The silent hero, I secretly thought. If only I could be her boyfriend, that would be amazing. Truly, good deeds are rewarded. Oh dear, my best friend Ethan Qin was still staring blankly at Annalise's disappearing figure. How pathetic in this million-view romance novel, he was even more tragic than a super minor character. Truly cannon fodder within cannon fodder. I opened my bank account, cackling. Oh, are you that poor? Ethan Qin suddenly appeared, his face amused. I pushed his face away. And you're rich? Look at your ragged clothes. Frayed jeans, shirts full of holes. So pitiful. I generously transferred 1,000 yuan to him as payment for his help, no need for thanks. Ethan Qin's face was unreadable. He seemed about to say something but held back. Hey, you should think about your future too. Working a regular job your whole life is exhausting, I lectured earnestly. If there's a money-making opportunity, remember to call me as your assistant, okay? Ethan Qin meekly obeyed. He was truly easy to teach. Having reaped sweet rewards twice before, I had absolute faith in my luck. I worked like crazy, doing nothing but working when not sleeping, to the point of collapse. It turned out this school was obsessed with Annalise. 50% secretly admired her, 30% openly pursued her, and 20% were cruelly rejected. But I loved those rejections. Whatever gifts they threw away, I'd pick clean. When too busy, I'd drag Ethan Qin along as my assistant, incredibly convenient. He handled the work, I handled the money, splitting it 80-20. In just 1 month, my bank account balance soared to 400,000 yuan. That's enough, right? Can we rest after today's orders? Ethan Qin finished clearing the mountain of discarded gifts, rubbing his tired arms. I saw it was already dark and was about to let him go rest when a string of comments suddenly scrolled before my eyes. Oh, the pain, the pain. What kind of young, unrequited love is this? Daniel, the junior, fell for the female lead at first sight, spending a whole month creating a handmade journal, hoping his sincere feelings would move her heart. Who knew the female lead would suddenly go public with her boyfriend, the male lead? Exactly before the announcement, that junior still had a glimmer of hope, but now he's completely lost faith. Annalise's boyfriend is also the novel's male lead, a computer genius with an IQ of 200. He started his own business before even graduating university, and after his company went public, he became a billionaire. Handsome, talented, and loyal compared to other ordinary guys, he's truly in a different league. But what's wrong with unrequited love? I'm touched by that junior too. He poured so much effort into that handmade journal, only to be unable to give it. The female lead will never know what she missed. Wow, the passionate, sincere heart of a young man. Can I say this junior is actually an inheritor of intangible cultural heritage? This journal is a unique piece, something money can't buy. No, Daniel is about to burn the journal. What? A unique piece? Only those words echoed in my head. Lin, where are you going? Someone's voice vaguely called out beside my ear, but I was already gone in a flash. Panting, I ran to a dark corner by the campus lake and saw a small flame. Without thinking, I immediately grabbed a fire extinguisher, moving as swiftly as a hungry tiger pouncing on its prey. Daniel, the junior, stepped out from beside me, looking at me timidly. What's going on here? Don't you know lighting fires is forbidden on campus? I roared, startling Daniel and making him clutch the journal tighter in his hands. It's that journal. Still intact, not burned yet. My eyes immediately gleamed. Sis, why are you looking at me so scary? Perhaps it was my overly covetous gaze. Daniel instinctively stepped back. Excited, I pounced and grabbed him. Do you know how valuable this handmade journal is? Daniel was a little stunned, bowing his head and gently stroking the cover, chuckling self-deprecatingly. It's not worth a penny. It's just a gift I couldn't give. There's no meaning in keeping it anymore. A wave of melancholy emanated from Daniel's entire being. I quickly snatched the handmade journal from his hands, cutting off his melancholic incantation. Give it back to me. He immediately looked furious. I reassured Daniel and opened the journal in front of him. Every single page featured intricate 3D models that made me exclaim in continuous awe. An educated person would use flowery words to describe the exquisite craftsmanship of this item. But all I could say was, oh my God, holy cow, absolutely insane. Amidst my ceaseless exclamations, Daniel's face flushed with embarrassment. Sis, my skills are just average, really not as amazing as you say. Not that amazing at all. Your average skills, you say? This Daniel was clearly a master who hadn't left the beginner village yet. Seeing his disbelief, I recorded a video and uploaded his entire craftwork onto Douyin, TikTok. If this video gets over 10,000 likes, you have to teach me how to make this journal okay. Daniel was half convinced, but finally nodded. Excellent. I added his WeChat and occasionally checked the views on Douyin. Where did this random passerby come from to convince such a fresh meat junior? Well, it's good, preserving an artist's passion. Daniel looked genuinely adorable, blushing at the praise. If the female lead doesn't want him, I'll take care of him. Seriously, why can't such an amazing junior have his own girlfriend? Hey, put those dark thoughts away. In a story adored by millions, all handsome guys are supposed to be infatuated with the female lead, right? The main leads are already public. Do the male supporting characters still have to play second fiddle until they're penniless? You guys tell me, is this logic sound? If you don't want to watch, turn right, don't babble here. Beep, beep, beep. The comments started fighting chaotically. I, meanwhile, was engrossed in reading them. Sis, is that guy under the street lamp your boyfriend? I thought I misheard you. He's the one looking at me like he wants to kill me, Daniel, the junior, replied with a trembling voice. Reluctantly, I tore my eyes away from the comments and looked into the distance. 1.85 meters tall, broad shoulders, slender waist, long legs, a harmlessly handsome face paired with his iconic ripped shirt. It's all a misunderstanding, just a misunderstanding. I patted Daniel's shoulder. That's my little brother. Ethan Qin, come here. I waved him over. Ethan Qin approached reluctantly, his lips pressed together, not speaking, his expression gloomy. What's wrong? Oh, I remembered. I must have rushed off earlier and forgot to tell you, huh? I slapped my forehead, quickly apologizing. Sorry, this was a real emergency. I whispered close to his ear. Aren't we trying to earn money? Ethan Qin paused slightly, his head tilting away unnaturally to avoid me. Oh, I almost forgot he was ticklish. In front of Daniel, I couldn't say much more, so I just forced a laugh to get past it. Ethan Qin, I thought you'd gone back to the dorm. Haha, let me introduce you. This junior is an absolute master at crafts. Top tier. Ha ha ha, of the three of us, only I was forcing a laugh. Daniel's eyes darted between Ethan Qin and me, and he took a step back, breaking the stable triangle. Sis, thank you today, I have to go now. Daniel darted away like a flash. I yelled as loud as I could, remember to check WeChat, okay? You absolutely must remember our promise. Watching his receding figure, I excitedly told Ethan Qin about my latest money-making plan. Hey, let me tell you. That junior definitely has the potential to be a hot TikToker for crafts. I plan to record his 3D bookmaking process, turn it into tutorial videos, and then bundle it into a course to sell. Isn't this much easier than collecting discarded gifts and reselling them? I spoke until my mouth was dry, my heart pounding, my eyes sparkling like shining coins. Ethan Qin merely replied with an indifferent His lazy and unmotivated attitude greatly displeased me. Hey, why the sour face? Do you think I'm short on money for you? I originally planned to get rich with you, but it seems you're impossible to drag along. That night, Ethan Qin and I had a fight. It wasn't fun at all. I was swamped, buried in researching how to shoot videos for Daniel, the junior. I had no time to pay attention to Ethan Qin. Oh my God, the villain finally appeared, and I never would have guessed it was him. Right, I didn't guess it either. The villain hid himself well. Speaking of which, the female lead and the villain met a month ago. Sparks must have flown between them then, huh? After the male lead found out he looked exactly like the villain, he increasingly felt like he was just a substitute shadow for the white moonlight, first love, getting so angry he almost fell ill. This made our female lead incredibly worried. She argued until her mouth was dry, but couldn't convince him. How could she feel at ease if she didn't appease him properly? I get it. Girls, when they're in love, they always have a type. Chuckles. I quickly scanned the comments, saw no money-making opportunities, and continued to immerse myself in studying video editing techniques. The 3D book video I posted earlier had surpassed 100,000 likes, and the 3D bookmaking course I collaborated on with Daniel, the junior, had a surprising explosive debut with its first episode. Couples online kept messaging, demanding new episodes. Everyone wanted to make a heartfelt 3D book to give to their loved one. Orders for the course poured in. I watched the continuously rising numbers in the management system, showering praise on my little brother. Little brother, whether you and I get rich or not depends entirely on you. You need to hurry up and research new lessons. I guarantee I'll film you so handsomely you'll glow. I split the course sales money with Daniel, the junior. Now, I have 800,000 yuan in my bank card. Hee hee. Sis, did you and Senior Qin have a fight? Daniel, the junior who usually disliked gossip, unexpectedly asked me. Who? I didn't even bother to look up, engrossed in counting money. Senior Qin, the one who looked like your boyfriend last time. Daniel thought for a moment and then said, Yesterday, he stopped me outside the dorm and asked about you. He seemed very concerned about you. Ethan Qin asking about me? HMPH. Back then, I was kind enough to invite him to make money together, but he was indifferent, barely interested. Now I'm a goddess radiating the aura of money. He's got no chance of catching up. I seriously warned Daniel, whatever money we earn, you absolutely must not tell him. Huh, aren't we? Daniel looked startled, a little confused. I think Senior Qin seems concerned about you and me always being together. Of course he's concerned. Because he lost a super amazing money-making partner like me, he's definitely regretting it so much his guts are twisting into knots right now. Daniel was half convinced. Oh, so that's it. Then I misunderstood. Wow, the female lead has successfully appeased the male lead. They're about to get engaged. We finally waited for this day. Sisters, don't celebrate too soon. Our female lead has a charm that attracts millions. The male lead still has many rivals. As long as they're not married, there's still a chance for wall digging, stealing her away. The male and female leads are high school sweethearts. To celebrate their engagement, he even spent money to organize a grand graduation ceremony event. He truly has a devoted heart. As long as couples at school, one person carries the other with both feet off the ground, whoever carries them to the very end will receive a prize of 1 kilogram of gold. Ooh, the villain will definitely come to crash the party, right? In such an important situation, who knows what tricks the villain will pull? I didn't pay attention to anything else. My eyes were glued to 4 words: 1 kg gold. The price of gold has soared recently. How much is 1 kg of gold worth? I checked the comments every day until my eyes blurred, just waiting for this day to arrive. The school forum had exploded. Tens of thousands of posts were all discussing this graduation event for couples. I was the first one to find Daniel, the junior. He was currently my money-making partner. On the day of the event, the square in front of the dorm was packed with people. I scanned the crowd. Male-male couples, male-female, female-female all were present. Some even dragged their roommates to pretend to be their partners. So my asking Daniel, the junior, to pretend to be my partner wouldn't be considered a violation. I stood amidst the contestants, anxiously waiting for Daniel, when I was suddenly informed that he'd sprained his ankle and couldn't participate in the event. My heart immediately went cold. All the enthusiasm within me froze. No way, this event is genuinely generous. Even if we don't win first prize, second and third place still get rewards. Even participants get a box of chocolates. Seeing all the couples already in position, ready to carry their partners, I anxiously pulled my phone from my pocket. Cough, cough, Ethan Qin, there's a once-in-a-millennium money-making opportunity. Are you coming? With no other option, I had to swallow my pride and plead with Ethan Qin. I didn't have many close guy friends. Ethan Qin was tall and strong. He'd helped me carry heavy things before, so he was actually a perfect fit. It's just that he and I had been fighting recently. It had been a week, and he hadn't messaged me first. When we worked together in the cafeteria, he was like a sealed bottle, only exchanging a few polite words. I couldn't understand what was wrong with him. Lin, don't you have that smart and skilled junior? Why are you looking for me? There it was again, that sarcastic tone. I rolled my eyes, trying to control my temper to persuade him. How can anyone compare to you? Student Qin has both the physique and strength. If we just team up, I racked my brain for words to praise him, almost drying out my mouth, yet he still wouldn't agree. I immediately got angry. Ethan Qin, are you agreeing or not in the end? Give me a definitive answer. Agree to what? Pretending to be your partner to participate in this gold-winning event? Oh, a partner, huh? The voice on the other end of the phone wasn't very clear. Yes. The phone was suddenly snatched from my hand. I looked up to see Ethan Qin, who had appeared beside me without me noticing. He raised an eyebrow, a slight smile playing on his lips, his deep black eyes sparkling like stars in the night sky. My heart suddenly skipped a beat, and I quickly turned my face away. This event only requires one person to keep their feet off the ground. If you can't carry me, piggyback me. Then get on. Ethan Qin turned his back, slowly bending down. His broad back gave off a sense of security. The black hair at the nape of his neck was neatly trimmed. I lowered my head, leaning against his back, vaguely catching a faint scent of mint. Damn it, my heart inexplicably beat faster again. Lin, your hair is making my neck itch a bit. Ethan Qin's voice was deep and hoarse. I quickly tied my hair back neatly, tilting my head to ask him, is that better now? Ethan Qin took a deep breath, clenched his hands, and lifted my legs higher onto his back. I calmed myself, looking towards the stage where the host was introducing the rules of the competition. Finally, everything was ready. The competition began its countdown. I cheered with all my might for Ethan Qin. Ethan Qin, we absolutely must win. That's money. Money. If we win the prize, we split it, okay? Come on, Ethan Qin, you're the best. We had been going for half an hour. Minute by minute, time passed, and gradually, couples who couldn't endure anymore started to withdraw one less opponent. We had lasted for an hour. Now there were only 5 couples left on the field. I excitedly slapped his back, then suddenly noticed a drop of sweat rolling from his fair neck down to his collar. Ethan Qin, you're sweating a lot, I mumbled, subtly swallowing. Are you uncomfortable having me on your back? To be carried in front, then? Ethan Qin misunderstood my meaning and switched his carrying position himself. After a dizzying spin, I opened my eyes to meet his calm, dark gaze. My face suddenly felt hot, and I quickly covered his eyes with my hand. Why are you looking at me? Ethan Qin didn't answer directly, only reported the situation. We're lucky. One couple couldn't hold on and gave up. Now we're in the top 3, so we absolutely must persevere to the end. Third place only rewards 100G of gold, but first place is a full 1 kg of gold. Noticing Ethan Qin's arm starting to tremble slightly, I quickly wrapped my arms around his neck to steady myself. I won't give up, do you understand? I looked straight into his eyes. Ethan Qin gently curved his lips into a smile. While I was half asleep, someone woke me up. The excited host, microphone in hand, ran towards us announcing that we were the first-place winners. Hearing the news, my mind was a bit hazy. So I fell asleep during the competition and woke up victorious. Ethan Qin, the guy with a poker face, his hands still numb from sleeping, showed no excitement at his sudden wealth. The MC invited the two main characters to present the awards. It was truly like a drama turning into reality. It couldn't be more unbelievable. The glittering gold bars on the red tray I eagerly reached out to accept. But then, hold on a second, you two young people are so affectionate, aren't you? Show us some affection. The MC laid a terrible trap. The audience screamed, demanding to see a romance drama. I froze. Ethan Qin and I only had a pure friendship. I subtly nudged him. He just stared blankly, his gaze meeting the male and female leads. Then a comment flashed by. The villain has turned dark, hugging a random passerby to make her jealous. Oh my God, the villain is truly formidable. He hugged some strange girl for 3 whole hours and won first prize, the rich crown prince pretending to be a poor student carrying his burden. I almost teared up at the villain's endurance. He must have deliberately shown up to provoke the female lead. Little female lead, don't let the villain trick you into love. Villain, crown prince. I looked at Ethan Qin and suddenly found him incredibly unfamiliar. Now I understood why he never seemed to care about money, even when earning it. Diamonds, gold, silver, he didn't bat an eye. It turns out only I, this broke girl, needed money. Students, everyone is waiting, cheer up, the MC chuckled. Seeing us still standing stiffly, the male lead embraced Annalise and kissed her deeply. The entire hall erupted. Annalise blushed and smiled gently at Ethan Qin. Sparks seemed to fly between their eyes. Oh God, I'm just a passerby wanting to earn money. Why am I dragged into this complicated love triangle between the male lead, female lead, and villain? If they get married, will the gold double? Ethan Qin's face conveyed. I know what's up. Double, double, double? The audience roared like crazy. The male lead's face changed all sorts of colors, finally gritting his teeth. Wait a minute, who asked for my opinion? Suddenly, a shadow enveloped me, and a minty warmth breathed across my face. Oh my God, my heart felt like it would fly out. I urgently needed psychiatric medication, just a light kiss on the corner of my lips, and I was ruined. The villain is too overbearing, I underestimated him. This cunning guy kissed a strange girl just to make the female lead jealous. Get rid of him. Why isn't the female lead angry? She must have broken up with the handsome guy. Excellent. The male lead can finally rest easy. What a strange plot twist. The romance novel adored by millions turned into a pure friendship. No, the villain is secretly smiling. That's right, the villain's eyes are full of infatuation for the strange girl. How bizarre. I'm going to die. Is that strange girl the villain's classmate, or are they together? I want to ship them now. I want to ship them too. If you ship like this, everyone will die. My ears were ringing from the comments. Ethan Qin and I are not related. Oh wow, 2 gold bars. Ethan Qin, that innocent-looking guy, was so generous. Lin, there's something he stammered, his face as red as a tomato. I, a genius at deduction, immediately cut him off. Ah, I know, you're the secret crown prince pretending to be poor to woo Annalise, right? His face turned pale as he stammered an explanation, but I'd already figured it out. I get it. You want to maintain your perfect image, right? I understand everything. He grabbed my hand, frowning. What do you understand? Let go, I yelled, laughing inwardly. Thanks to you, I got gold. I'll overlook your deception. We're not from the same world, so let's just break up today. Afterward, I intended to say some harsh words, but then I reconsidered. I had been with Ethan Qin for so long, at least we had some student friendship. He would definitely become the most powerful male supporting character beneath the female lead. Later, when you give gifts to Annalise, can you inform me beforehand? I immediately changed my expression, flattering him with a smile. So I can keep an eye out. Ethan Qin turned away angrily and left. Ethan Qin left, and I hugged the 2 gold bars, stroking them repeatedly. The sound of clinking gold still echoed in my head. The person 10 meters away from me suddenly turned back, taking long strides back. Ethan Qin was so angry his chest heaved, his eyes red, gnashing his teeth as he said, Lin, you're truly formidable. My mind was full of question marks. You did it on purpose, didn't you? You deliberately wanted to see me embarrassed, didn't you? You're truly malicious. Saying goodbye is goodbye. Am I nothing in your heart? If you call me, I have to come. If you wave me away, I leave. Am I a dog? Other people at least have feelings for their dogs, but you just say one sentence and send me away. Oh no, Ethan Qin's words are all jumbled now. I pointed my right index finger at myself. Me, malicious, why do I feel like I've stumbled into a romance drama? Haha, the villain was brought down by a passerby. This villain looks like a stray dog begging for affection. The passerby just wants money. Ha ha ha, I don't understand the villain's bizarre game. I told you this couple is easy to ship. Ha ha. Ethan Qin spoke for a while, then suddenly realized he had said too much, silently lowering his head and gripping the corner of my shirt, refusing to let go. What kind of act is he putting on? Analyze and I are just classmates. We once had feelings, but now there's nothing left. He looked up at me carefully, his eyes moist. Do you believe me? She and I truly have nothing. The more I listened, the tighter I frowned. If Ethan Qin wasn't going to praise the female lead, I'd lose money-making opportunities. I replied with a signaling that I was listening. Ethan Qin gathered all his courage to confess. Lin, I like you. All the comments had already spoiled it. I heard it but felt nothing. Ethan Qin seems to have some feelings for me. Who doesn't? From now on, I'll lead you to make money, teach you business. Ethan Qin continued his offensive. This, I was actually a little interested in. I tentatively asked, "You're not tricking me, are you? I'll help you achieve financial freedom within a year." Music.